Well, it's the 15th of April, so that means it's time for Caps a Recap, my monthly Little Channel update series. And real quick before I get into the update proper, just gonna go ahead and bring to your attention, way back when, from that, huge Humble Bundle that had, well, it started off with 40 games, and then they added, 16 more? It was just a ridiculously huge bundle. But yeah, I bought it, and, I still have 8 games from it that I can't really do much with. So those games are World of Goo, Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP, VVV, The Stanley Parable, The Swapper, 7 Grand Steps, Monster Loves You, and Hand of Fate. So yeah, I already own these games, and I figure, I'll just give them out. So yeah, I'm not really going to be professional with this or anything. If you really want one of the games, just let me know in a comment below and I'll DM you the gift link to download it into your Steam library. And after maybe 3 or 4 days or so, if anything's just left unwanted, I'll go ahead and toss up the links on Twitter or something. And I've yet to play 7 Grand Steps, Monster Loves You, or Super Brothers myself, but everything else I do highly recommend. So yeah, kind of unceremonious, but I figure, I might as well do something with these games so they're just not sitting collecting dust. So yeah, if you want one, let me know, and like I said, I'll DM you the link. So with the world's worst giveaway out the way, for current things going on the channel, this week saw the start of a couple things and the return of a few things. And things are just going to continue as normal. Ran into a little hiccup with part 20 of Silent Hill, so that kind of threw off my little upload schedule. But for the most part, Silent Hill and Phoenix Wright will update on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Ratchet & Clank will update on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And once Silent Hill ends, I have no clue how many parts of that are left, because the game has gotten a little bit difficult now. And as of recording this, I'm going to have to go back and redo a certain segment. But yeah, once Silent Hill 4 is over, after that I'll be starting the next game in the Zelda timeline. And since I'm done with the adult era timeline thing, with Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass, and Spirit Tracks, the next path is chosen by you guys and winning by 1 vote. The Hero's Demise timeline, starting with Link to the Past. And yeah, as for Breath of the Wild, which just released this year, as of recording this, Nintendo hasn't said anything about where it falls on, into the timeline, whether it happens before the split or after the split. Personally, I think it happens after the split, possibly before Wind Waker, because, some things make sense. Koroks exist in that game, and they don't really exist anywhere outside of the whole little Wind Waker branch. And they're kind of the descendants of Kokiri, not to mention both Rito and Zora are in that game. But Rito are also only specific to that branch of the timeline, and they're also kind of the descendants of Zora, and in the game, the Zoras are kind of scared that they're going to be going extinct, but, whatever. Even if Nintendo does state that game fell somewhere into a section of the timeline that I've already covered, I still wouldn't feel right with LPing that right now. Because after Spirit Tracks, I'm kind of meh on LPing a Zelda game blind. Or at least in this case, semi-blind, as I'm still actively playing through it right now. Yeah, I play through Zelda games slow. I have to explore, everything. But yep, once Silent Hill 4 is over, we'll be starting up Link to the Past. That should be fun. Except until I get to the Moldorm battle, where I'll probably rage quit. Seriously, I do not like that boss fight. That is an infuriating boss fight to me. Okay, infuriating may be a bit of a hyperbole, but man, is it annoying. But yeah, once that starts up, I don't know what will probably end next. Link to the Past, I don't think there's going to be a lengthy LP. Phoenix Wright is probably going to have some length on it. GTA, I still haven't even found the third main character for that game yet, so we still have a bit of a ways to go in that. And Ratchet and Clank just started. But whichever one of those ends first, Batman Arkham City will be starting up after that, which will more than likely be sometime in May. As for the other 800 unfinished things I have on the channel, hopefully I will have made some headway on some of those and have a few videos up this weekend. We'll see. This is the same thing that I did that freaking Crash One Punishment Challenge thing over. Just inconsistent uploads and unfinished stuff. But well, hopefully I'll get back on track. Which also leads me to the next thing that I kind of wanted to cover. IndieBox unboxings. I haven't given up on them, but it does seem kind of nonsensical to, still be uploading some from last year. Past the point where they're relevant. I mean, I put so much work into that Stanley Parable one, but then I finally edited and uploaded it this year. It's kind of bad. So I've decided I'm not going to do videos on the unboxings I've missed up until now, including the ones that came out this year. Except for last month's, which was Typo Man. I just got that in earlier this week. So I'll have a video for that unboxing up hopefully by the end of this month, if not around the same time as the next box gets here, which will be Super Meat Boy. But since I do want to show off some of the cool things that came in those other boxes, we're about to just have an unceremonious unboxing summary right here to go along with that unceremonious giveaway. So, hopefully I remember to put the screenshots of the open boxes for each portion here. The Frantic Action Platformer and one of my games of the year for last year, Rive. That box came with the standard edition box, the game disc, the original soundtrack, the instruction manual, the frickin' Two Tribes Steam collection, which included Edge, Rush, Tokitori, and Tokitori 2 Plus. Yes, you got 4 extra games with this indie box. A toothbrush, a spider tank figure, a floppy disk that contained the journal of the protagonist of the game, all 100 megabytes of it, I'm joking. A 144 square inch poster of the game, and the indie box sticker. The indie box for Jotun, the action-adventure game starring Thora the Viking Warrior, came with the standard edition box, the game disc, the original soundtrack, the instruction manual, the indie box sticker, a Volknut keychain, the Volknut being a symbol of Odin, and a Thora figure with her battle axe. The indie box for the space-based strategy RPG, Halcyon 6, which can also be described as a mix of FTL, Faster Than Light, and XCOM, came with the standard edition box, the game disc, the original soundtrack, the instruction manual, a Terran Federation mission patch, a Halcyon 6 collector's pin, a Yabling plush, a Yabling being a race from the game, and the indie box sticker. The indie box for the strategic RPG card-based game in Forced Showdown came with the standard edition box, game disc, original soundtrack, instruction manual, alternate cover art for the standard edition box, a beanie, an inflatable hammer, and the indie box sticker. And because that was the box for December, it also came with a few more things. Namely, a scratch off where you could win either coupons for the indie box store or game codes or just, other things in general. I won nothing. It also came with a code to download a game by the name of Minion Masters, made by the same people that made Forced Showdown. And Minion Masters is an early access strategic multiplayer PvP game. Speaking of which, I have an extra code for that too, so if one of you guys want it, you can have it. January's box for Hue, a color-based puzzle platformer with an awesome aesthetic. Seriously, this game looks astounding to me. But yeah, this indie box came with the standard edition case that had, the game disc, the instruction manual, the original soundtrack, and a decoder lens to read some of the, tips and tricks that are sort of hidden inside the manual. It also came with a Flask plush, a 2x2 Rubik's Cube, yeah, and a Hue figure. It also came with a 3-month pass for something called Air Console, which according to the thing is a local multiplayer gaming platform with over 40 games. Your browser is a console, your smartphones are the gamepads, and this promo code expired, so I can no longer redeem it. Ah well. And a code for a game called Fake Colors, which is just a color-based puzzle game. And February's indie box for the post-apocalyptic strategic RPG game from the makers of Fallout, Wasteland 2, you received the standard edition box with the game disc, OST, instruction manual, indie box sticker, blah blah blah. But you also received a dot matrix print with lore of the game. That freaking blew my mind. Seriously, dot matrix? Wow. A Desert Rangers badge, a roadmap of the game, and a stylish bandana. This one kind of blew my mind because Wasteland 2 is $40 and you only spend about if you have a 1-month subscription to IndieBox, you're only spending like $28. So yeah, you just got 2 copies of a $40 game, one for Steam and one DRM free for $28. And thing is, that's not all that box came with. Because that Steam code also nets you Wasteland 1, the original classic, the original Wasteland 2 that isn't the director's cut, and yeah, the director's cut has all the DLC, and the Bard's Tale. Yeah, you get all those games in this one indie box. It's a steal, and I still feel kind of guilty about it. So yeah, those are all the indie box unboxings I've missed up till this point. The actual videos will continue, like I said, starting with Typo Man. So yeah, that kind of wraps up everything for the main channel. Though I do have a certain secret something that I have in store for next week. Not going to go too much into that, but I really am looking forward to it. And I'm still planning on doing a themed summer, since I was doing that, the past 2 years, only, to levels of differing success. I mean, the summer of Sony went fine, all things considered, especially Jersey Devil and Croc. But as a whole, I still feel kind of bad about that because that extended well into September. And yeah, summer isn't technically over until September 21st or something, but I don't know, there's still something weird about continuing to call something a summer of Sony when people are already back in school and miserable and junk. Likewise, last year with the Summer of Strategy, once again, some things did go well, namely Worms and Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelists of Roses. I'm still in shock at how well Yu-Gi-Oh! Was received on my channel. I definitely can't wait to let my Yu-Gi-Oh! Nerd colors fly even more going forward. That gets me excited. But with that theme summer thing, the shortcomings for that were that, I don't know, I just feel like I didn't put enough planning into it. Well, I mean, I clearly didn't. And plus, I maybe attempted, too many things, and a lot of things I didn't get to show off or not to their full extent, so yeah. But I hope I've learned from my mistakes, and third time's the charm and all. And I'm still throwing around some ideas, I'm thinking maybe I could go back to, try another little Summer of Sony thing. The only thing is that I kind of don't know what other, classic PS1 games to play. I mean, there's always Rayman and Croc 2 and Bubsy. Oh, God. Other things that came to mind were rhythm games. The only thing with that is that there's really not much I can do with that. Because, I want to do DJ Hero videos so bad for this channel, because that's how I kind of got my start on YouTube as a whole. But DJ Hero videos would put my channel at severe risk. record companies don't play around. Not to mention, some other rhythm games that I really play a lot of are on my 3DS, and I currently don't have a way to record off my 3DS. Cause man, I could show y'all some theater rhythm runs. Like I personally, I think I am a beast when it comes to rhythm games. I mean, you know, I get down on DJ Hero on Expert, you know, and I can 5-star any song without rewinds, except for Beats and Pieces and Firestarter, because I mean those songs are just like ridiculously hard. But you know, I can throw down in DJ Hero, and you know, like when it comes to theater rhythm, I messes with the dancing mad on Intense, okay? And I can get through that whole song without missing a beat. Still can't get like a complete perfect on it, but I can get through it with like no misses and no bad notes. So yeah, get at me. But yeah, just no way of recording that. So there'd be a real limit on what rhythm games I could do if I were to go that route. There's also roguelikes. Once again, there'd be a limit on what I could really do with that. Like, not in terms of recording, but because roguelikes are big time sinks. I mean, damn, I have over 1,000 hours in Binding of Isaac, and I'm still working on trying to get better at Enter the Gungeon and Nuclear Throne, and I'm up into, like, the double digits of hours for both of those. And then Rogue Legacy, I mean, those roguelikes are the kind of games where you can't really show all it has to offer in like one video, but doing a full LP in the sense would be way too long. So I guess I could do like week-long spotlights of each major roguelike I enjoy. Ooh, and then I could also throw in a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon or so. I mean, Mystery Dungeon games, those are technically roguelikes. Oh my god. That might not be bad. But then I also thought about going the classic route with the, 16-bit summer thing. Though the only thing with that is that I suck at a lot of 16-bit games that are not Super Mario RPG or Super Metroid. Like, I mean, I love playing 16-bit games, but oh my god, beating them... Like, as much as I love the classic Sonics, I've never beaten any of them, except Sonic CD. But that's not 16-bit, technically. And I didn't beat Super Mario World until I was 22. I'm a filthy casual. So, I mean, while a 16-bit summer would not do well for my sanity, it would probably be great entertainment value to you guys. Especially if I were to go down the Donkey Kong route for that. Oh man, the Donkey Kong Country games, just, oh boy. I was even thinking of like maybe just going down the line of all the old PC games I have, but I'm looking now, there's only a handful I have that I think would actually be somewhat interesting. Like Pac-Man Adventures in Time and Oregon Trail, those might be good, for a laugh or two. Dr. Brain, maybe. Clue Finders, not so much. Jumpstart Adventures, no. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? That's a thought. But I don't know, like I said, I'm still brainstorming. I'll come up with something. Or if you have any ideas or think something I said sounds good, let me know. Ooh, Summer of Shoot 'em Ups too. Well, no. Because while I am good at some shoot 'em ups, there are some that I'm awful at. But that could work out, because, I mean, to be fair, bullet hell shmups are just like one aspect of it, because technically speaking, Sin and Punishment, those are considered shoot 'em up games, so I already did them. Well, I don't know. I'll come up with something. Anyway, as for the secondary channel, no comment, which is a shame because I've actually created scripts for some topics that came up, but I've just been too lazy to actually do anything with them. Thankfully, these aren't dated topics, so I can, go ahead and get them done whenever I wish, but still, I don't know, I really need to have, like, a better work ethic when it comes to that channel. It's just doing nothing. Yeah, but hopefully when I have things going smoothly on this channel, I can then actually spend, some amount of time doing something for that channel. As for what's going on in the old personal realm, nothing much, still applying to jobs. Gonna be graduating from college next month, like before the next update goes up. So yeah, I'm both excited and nervous about that. And I don't know how many of you are going to be in the Michigan area come the end of this month. Probably none of you. Yeah, we got the Midwest Media Expo coming up, of which I will be attending, and boy, that's going to be a really cool event. Really looking forward to that. Oh, and for those of you not familiar with Midwest Media Expo, that's just a general all-purpose expo for fans of anime, comics, cartoons, movies. You know, just a little bit of everything will be there. And I'm just looking through the site now just to see, like, who else is going to be there, because I know for a fact Billy West is returning, and holy crap, MC Chris. Oh god. Yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. MC Chris, really? That's amazing. But yet Billy West, Rob Paulson, I knew it. Maurice LaMarche, hell yeah. It would be wonderful if I could get him to just record like an intro for my channel using the Yosemite Sam voice with quotes from frickin' Taz Wanted. That would be awesome. Who else is gonna be there? Okay, somebody I don't know, somebody I'm not familiar with. Apparently this guy does voices for Dragon Ball Z. Good for him. John St. John, he's a cool dude. More people I am not familiar with. Oh, DC Douglas. I mean, on one hand, it'd be cool to talk to him, but on the other hand, I'd more than likely be asking him to do the Wesker voice, and I'm pretty sure he gets that a lot, and he's probably tired of it. But still, he shouldn't have done that good of a job being Wesker if he didn't want people to ask him to do the voice everywhere he went. But yeah, it's going to be a fun little convention. I fully expect to spend way too much money there, but hey, that's every convention. Also, I managed to buy an Elgato game capture. Hopefully the footage you're seeing right now is stuff I recorded with it. Was able to upgrade my equipment. That means I can now record every system I own now. PlayStation TV, PS4, and Switch games are now a possibility. And also higher quality Wii U and PS3 games as well. But yeah, that's going to be it for this long update. Well, I say long, I don't know how long this is going to be after I edit out all the pauses and retakes and junk. Let me know if you want Minion Masters or one of the games from the list I showed at the beginning of this video. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.